Today's lesson is the Python programming language, and we will discuss first the strength of Python. It is easy to learn and understand. It makes the task very simple. Like we want to swap two numbers, a comma b will be assigned the value of b comma a. For example, let us say a is 10, b is 20. So a will become 20, b will become 10. Type and run. The cursor is triple greater sign. It is interpreted language, and if you save the file of the Python program, it has an extension .py, automatically it adds to that. It executes immediately. If you type 2 plus 3, the result you get 5. So you can type and run. Syntax are simple, small and flexible. Another feature is mixing. There is a big project, let us say, there are so many team members working on it. Somebody is good at in any other programming language, more difficult task he can handle, so he can add its code into the core Python code, and it allows it and supports it. So that makes the things very easy. Dynamic typing. Memory is dynamically allocated when the object is created, and when the life cycle of the object is finished, the memory is taken back from it and it can be used by other in a program, so makes it more efficient. Built-in object types. There are so many objects already built into that, and it makes the task easy and better manageable. It has a library built-in, tools which help us to develop graphical user interface, mobile application, security feature, MRI, which makes the difficult task, intricate task is easy. Like MRI is a case of pattern recognition. Python is a portable. Portable means you can run it on different platforms like Windows, Linux, Mac. That is why we call it a portable. It is written in C language. Next, it is free. You can download it free and you can develop the program in this without any legal issue. So these are the features of the Python language. So we can say Python is a strong, procedural, object-oriented and functional language, interpreted, high-level, general-purpose programming language. It is created by G.V. Rosen, and its first release came in 1991, and Python 2.0 was released in 2000. Now Python 3 and later versions are available to work. Python 3 was released in 2008. Python is a dynamically typed and garbage collected. It supports multiple programming paradigm platforms, including the structured, object-oriented, functional. The philosophy behind this is beautiful is better than ugly, explicit is better than implicit, simple is better than complex, complex is better than complicated, readability counts. Important goal of Python developer is keeping it fun to use. And that's the fun means it is a name given to him. in the memory of British comedy group Monty Python. Now we will deal with the Python syntax and semantics. Syntax means how you write Python programming. It is easily readable language. Formatting is visually uncluttered. Uncluttered means there is no confusion. It is very simple, easy to understand where start, where finish. It uses English keywords where languages are use punctuation, curly brackets, so many semicolons and so on. It does not use. Here what we use? Indentation. Indentation means space, white space, in place of curly brackets or other delimiters. Indentation increases after a certain statement and decreases, signifies the end of the current block. Program's visual structure is accurately represented in programming semantic structure. This feature is sometimes termed as offside rule, which in some other languages share, but in most of the language, indentation does not have any semantic meaning. Now we talk about some of the control and statements. So one is assignment statement, that is a equal sign. So if we say x equal 2, it means 2 is assigned to x. Right hand side value is assigned to left hand side. The memory allocated to the variable is large enough, potentially quite, for the declared type. In the simple case, Python assignment uses same x equal 2 but translate in a generic form. You can assign x afterwards like Python. So depending upon, it will understand, dynamically allocate it. It is termed binding the name to the object. Name may be subsequently rebound at any time to object of the great varying type, including strings, procedure, complex objects. Successive assignments, multiple assignment. Suppose we want to assign x, y and z value 2. So we can write x equal y equal z equal 2. Now comes a condition statement. Condition statement starts with if there are multiple ifs, then we will use if, code block, elif, again condition and code block, and finally we give else in the end and close it. So this means we can say if else, if, elif and else. Then comes the loop statement. The for statement is used for the loop. While statement, again the loop. Again, as long as the condition is true, it is executed. Try statement, which allows exception raised in its attached code block to be called and handled except clauses. Otherwise, program halts and give problem, that it will continue with the exception. Raise statement is used to catch the exception. Class statement, which execute blocks of a code and attaches its local name to a class for use in object-oriented programming. Class is a group of objects of same type. Def statement is used here to define a function. We can use with a statement in Python. We can use break to exit from the loop. We can use continue statement to skip rest of the statements and continue from the beginning of the loop. We use pass statement if we don't want to do any action. So that stands for no operation. Assert statement used during debugging to check the condition that is ought to apply. Yield returns a value. Import is used to import the module whose function we want in our current program. Output statement is written as print left parenthesis right parenthesis in between the value or anything within the inverted commas. So we will continue the lesson, and that's all for the day. Thank you.